Welcome to Divi5 Module 1. We are creating an awesome website with the Divi5 builder in this 4-hour plus long tutorial, but every minute of it is going to be worth it. This is the website that we will be creating with Divi5. It's a one-pager, and as always in Module 1, we start with a one-pager just to get into the basics and the foundations as to how a page builder works. And Divi5 really needs all the care and attention you can give it in this module. And the reason I say that is, apart from the fact that Divi5 is a master builder, it does require a little bit of extra care when you start with it as a beginner. Divi5 brings in a few concepts that may sometimes feel advanced, but it's just an extra step in speeding up your workflow. And once you master that, you're going to find how incredible this page builder is. And that's why we take a slight different path in this module in how we are presenting Divi5. Apart then from learning the basics, you're going to learn very important concepts in Divi5. One of them is presets. And presets sound so basic, but you'll soon see how fundamental this is to how you're going to be building out your website. We'll touch on quickly on variables, something that we will be building out in Module 2 and Module 3 and future mini tutorials. Then we'll also look at other great features within Divi, including nested elements and how any element basically can be turned into a nested element. What an amazing feature. I've mentioned Module 2 and Module 3. In our module series, we have 4 modules. Module 1, we always tackle a one-pager just to get into the nitty-gritty of what the page builder is all about. In Module 2, we go into navigation. We look at global pop-ups, menu builders, extra pages, and a few other extra little bling that you can bring onto your website. Module 3, blogging, and Module 4, e-commerce, which is usually WooCommerce. Because we go in depth, these tutorials are lengthy, 4 hours plus, and that's why in the bottom, in the description, you will find all the timestamps that you need with the names of the chapters helping you to jump around. I would say you're going to find that if you jump somewhere to a later chapter and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you'll have to go back. And I think this is what I found about Divi, that if you jump around with Divi, you might get a little bit lost as to the flow. I really tried very hard in this tutorial to present each one in a progressive step so we can eventually get to all the magnificence of what Divi5 is in terms of variables and many other features. And by now, I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name is JP. This is Websites for Beginners. And with this, I quickly want to highlight our 4 values on which we do tutorials here, especially in this crazy year, every year, 2026. The first one is that this is a beginner's channel. Yeah, many channels out there say beginners, but when you look at it, they start using big words and like, how should I know what that is? We really try and bring everything to you as if you've never done this before. Working with Divi5 though, remember, if you've never worked with WordPress, you're going to be a little bit lost. So check out the videos on WordPress at least to have a background into WordPress before you jump into Divi5 completely. If you just want to have a watch, then go ahead and see what we are doing. The second one is that of no coding. No coding also includes terms like CSS. If you hear this, if you see little short codes and other stuff like that, we don't do it. The idea is that you want to just create a website and you want to make this website quickly and you want to learn minimum stuff. Yeah, and you want to do it on your own. You want to save some bucks or you want to have some experience. And that's what we do. We focus on you. We don't do stuff that brings in coding and you don't need it. Your website is going to look super duper without any extra add-ons. And then the third one, we are comprehensive. This channel started when I started making videos for clients and I posted them online. I realized that with clients, you have to show them everything and make sure that they can reference back. That means where you will find other channels on YouTube telling you, let's do it in 1 hour, we're going to do it in 4. And I've also touched on this during the video. There was a time that this video would have been about 1.5 hours long. Nowadays, so many new features came into page builders that we didn't have 10 years ago. So what used to be a good standard 1.5 hour long video now runs to 3-4 hours to make sure that we can just touch on everything in this module 1. And the last one, the fourth one, is utility first design. What does that mean? It means that I will teach you how to make a website that's on spot, on brand, but we cut out all the thrills. We don't include unnecessary things or unnecessary animation. We don't include page junk. A lot of the stuff that you're going to find online, a lot of the tutorials that you're going to find on YouTube, they focus on giving you things that you shouldn't be doing. It doesn't increase value to your website. And in fact, it looks a little bit dinky toy and it can become outdated very, very quickly. And that is why, for me, when it comes to web design, we want to get something that gets to your customer, that gets to your viewer and your visitor, and quickly draws them in without distracting them. Animations, many people love that. They can be distracting. Even many page builders include a lot of these features. Their developers probably don't want to include it, but because this is modern stuff and it's popular stuff, they have to include it to make that sell. The reality is that if you go to a website and you are scrolling and the website actually moves from left to right, it causes what we call friction. And friction is when that user stops like, okay, what should I do? How should I do this? You think you are being cool, but in fact, you are disrupting that user experience. The majority of people who visit a website, they want to get into your content, into your products. And by adding all of this flair, you are distracting them and they may even leave. That's why it is utility first design. We focus on what the function is of the website. With these 4 values in mind, what we do here is to present you a full package at Websites for Beginners to take you from that 0 to the ultimate hero in creating websites. Hallo, ek sien jou. Ja. Jy's bietjie ontwrigtend op die oomblik, hoor? By the way, if you see a cat tail moving back and forth, this one always pitches up every time I start making a video recording. I'm not sure. Maybe she likes the glamour and the limelight. Heaven knows. In the next chapter, I'll be talking about Divi 5. Divi 5 is a watershed moment for elegant themes, the creators behind Divi. If you've heard of Divi before, if you've used Divi before, you would be greatly surprised and you would be caught out on left field that Divi 5 is a comeback contender with the best page builders on the market at this moment at the most affordable price. There is no other WordPress page builder that can match Divi in terms of that return on investment. People who bought Divi 10 years ago for the lifetime deal can still use it today. They have access to all these new great features that come in with Divi 5. And that makes this the no-brainer deal of a lifetime. Even if you are unsure of using Divi, I would recommend that you should get it, because at some point you may just play around with it and think, this is actually a great builder. And we're going to show you in these modules why this is one of my top 5 builders in 2026, and it's moving very close to the top. Right, so here's a disclaimer. I started making this tutorial about a week and a half ago. Usually these 4-hour tutorials take about anything from 2 to 3 weeks. You have to go through things, you have to prepare, and I don't want to bore you with that. What I want to just put on your plate is the fact that during this time, there had been 3, no less, updates to Divi that changed everything. In fact, one of them is so big that the 2 chapters in this tutorial that are done are completely redundant. But I left them in as a reference as to what Divi is doing at the moment and how the developers are moving forward in updating the software. It's an unrivaled speed. I've not seen anything like it. And if you're a Divi user, this is an exciting year. Divi 5 was officially released in February, and it's just one update after the other update, and it's big updates. It's not small like, here is this and here is that. It's like, hey, we've created a variable generator for you. Wow, and it's better than any of the other generators on the market. One of these features that were released 2 days, literally 2 days ago from this one I'm recording now, is the new image module. you will see within one of the chapters, I am going to complain about the old image module, the one that I was using in this one, and it changed a few days after that. This is a good thing. This is really good thing. What it shows me is that Divi is going through all the old stuff. They're working through it. They are bringing it in line with the new coding that they brought in for Divi 5, as well as with the new workflow they have in mind for Divi 5. You'll hear me use this workflow concept a lot. We talk about your workflow, etc. But I think when it comes to Divi 5, they're kind of going to dictate the workflow. And the workflow moves towards this fluid design, fluid typography, what is the other, relative colors, all of those concepts. And in these 4 modules, if you don't know what these concepts are, I will help you with them and I will show you how to make them practical, how to use them in building out your website. In terms then of progress, in terms of features, in terms of fixing bugs, Divi 5 gets so far for 2026 my top batch in that regards. There is still a few things here and there, but the community is actively reporting this, myself included. And hopefully we're going to see everything ironed out by the end of the year. I've talked a lot now about Divi 5 and we're running into maybe 10 minutes for this opening segment. Let's get into this module. Let's get into building and then we can look forward to the future for module 2, module 3 and module 4. From me, JP, let the good times roll.